Hello again, guys and gals. Yes, this is going to be part 4, a continuation on the logo, Dreamworks. It's of a crescent moon and a little boy fishing, and it's sitting on the edge of the crescent moon. I mentioned in video number 3 that the possible interpretation of this boy, that possibly it's about an invitation to another place where you could continue on sampling. It then came to my mind a new movie that came out with Halle Berry. It's entitled Kidnapped. Now this movie, I did enjoy it. It's filled with a lot of action. Her acting was excellent. And the movie was about that, she's a parent and her young boy gets kidnapped, and it takes place in Louisiana. Why any other state but Louisiana? Well, Louisiana, in the past, that's where they had a lot of human trafficking because it's right by a river, a big one at that, and they could ship out or ship in people, and in this case, they were black people. And so it could be reminiscent about the human trafficking that's actually global. That's what I'm thinking, that it's global. It's not just a perverted individual that likes to kidnap young children, but something larger. And so I started thinking again about this Dreamworks logo, which too depicts a young boy about the same age, pre-pubescent, and that it brings in a lot of money. Hollywood doesn't just, pop out of a hat a storyline for entertainment. It's communicating something deeper. And possibly they're trying to let the cat out of the bag that, hey, it's getting out of hand. And Halle Berry is a new parent, at least with the boy. The boy is very young, and she also has a girl that's a little older. But it's a focus, and it's a focus in that location, in Louisiana. So, is this movie suggesting that it's getting a lot of its possible people from this location? And again, I was already mentioned, I think it was part 2 or 3, about Jerry Lewis. And remember with Jerry Lewis, Jerry Lewis said the F word, and it just seemed totally out of character, what I've known of him. But why would he even say something like that publicly? And again, I mentioned that he said it with such contempt. He wasn't just playing around and it just slipped out. He got too comfortable. He said it with thought behind it. And then I remembered that what type of movies did Jerry Lewis do when he came out in the 1950s with Dean Martin? Wouldn't people today, if they watch his old movies, what would they think about his character? the character he plays in the movie, like the what do you call it, billboard? You know, the I forget the name, but the people that carry your luggage at a hotel. That's what he does in this movie. You know, he picks. You know, he takes people's luggage and carries it. But his character, and it's heavily suggestive at times when he was in the elevator with these older men who have big cigars in their mouth. What is that suggesting? It seemed very fraudulent, this scene, and he's playing it. And as a little girl, I never noticed. I don't think I ever saw that movie. I saw this other movie with him, but still, the character itself seems like the type of person he's describing with the F-bomb. People today, what would you call that character he's playing? That same F word. You know, and he's just playing a character. I don't think he's just playing a character. He's playing a character that they are ordering him to play for the message. And maybe he just got fed up and said what he said in front of millions of people. And then, remember this other movie? It came out also either in the late 50s, early 60s. The movie Lost in Space. They had a character, a male, and his name was Dr. Smith. Now, what was his character like? You know, now, I used to watch that show a lot as a little girl. Never thought anything about the character. It was just a character. It's just all make-believe. This isn't make-believe. The Smith family. What was it? The Robinson family. And they were lost in space. Were they really lost? Or are they talking about people traveling to other planets? And all types of people on this planet. Their families, and their people like Dr. Smith. Just like the bellboy in the movie with Jerry Lewis. Also of the same time period, the movie. 1950s, early 60s, right? It's no coincidence. So here, you have this behavior that's supposed to be funny. And then remember this other movie. Remember the movie Three's Company. The same type of character. He's living with two other women, and he's acting very different. And he's doing this as a cover. He's not really that, but he's playing a part. But is he really playing a part? Is he playing something that means something else? That's something that is in hiding, that wants to come out. And Hollywood wants to out itself, but in stages. And it releases its clues. So yeah, this Halle Berry movie just came out maybe 2 weeks ago. And it's about trafficking of children. But we all know there's all types of people being trafficking. Remember also in Georgia, what they called the Atlanta child, what was that? Atlanta child killings or something like that. They were finding all these black kids being killed. And then they were putting out in the media to save our children. Then all of a sudden it stopped. You stop hearing that. And now you see a whole bunch of black people wanting to move to Georgia. It was like the new Mecca for American blacks. And here it's a place where they were kidnapping and killing children, black children in specific. And now, what is Georgia, and in particular, Atlanta, Georgia? What is it known for? Just do your research and you'll find the answer. I think all these stories are connected, and they might be connected to the logo, the significance of the logo of Dreamworks. So this is video number 4, and I hope you enjoyed it, and feel free to share and comment below and to give me the thumbs up. Take care, guys.